is 2023, a brand new year. Is this our year? Is this the year we finally do something big? It is. More to come. I'm telling you, this is going to be good. At 8:42, we get to go to our good friend David Park from Nutrition House in Square One and say, Happy New Year. How you doing, buddy?
Yes, Happy New Year, guys. Happy New Year, Mike. I hear a little tickle in your throat a bit.
Yes, a little bit of a head cold. That's the first cold I've had in like, oh man, I mean, pre-COVID, I haven't been sick at all. So, and it's on way out. It started on Friday, gets a little better. I've been taking, actually Bell Lifestyle products, the immune booster and the echinacea, and almost other things by tomorrow, probably done.
Yeah, I feel so. Like whenever we're on the preventative measures, then we're heading in the right direction, because there's so many ways for us to, get ill and be symptomatic of issues. And so, yeah, prevention is amazing. It's what we have to do on an ongoing basis.
I mean, people are like, hey, did you test for COVID? It's not COVID. Okay. So no, I didn't. The cold's almost gone. Trust me, we're going to be okay. I do want to say something though, that I think the audience should know. And so, we were shooting some stuff at David's location, at Square One at Nutrition House. And so I was able to see David Park and staff in action. And I got to tell you, I don't think I've ever seen that personal touch with each individual customer that came in for the hours that I was there. The time that David spends with you when you go in there, it's not just like going to the LCBO. What are you looking for? Yeah, it's over there. He talked to these people for like a long time, and they came in and David would suggest things to them. He talked about why he would suggest it. It was like having your own personal nutritionist and caregiver. It was extraordinary to see someone take that amount of personal time with each person, and I mean each person or family, because some came in as couples, some came in like there were 2 or 3, or they brought their parents. They were all ages, they were all shapes and sizes, and David looked after all of them and their all individual needs. It was to be commended on it. And what didn't surprise me these years that we've been able to have these conversations on the air, but when it comes to Bell Lifestyle products and obviously the connection is huge. They're the sponsor of the show. They're the sponsor of the studio, sponsor of myself. But boy, do they got a good partner in you, because I was just sort of blown away with your personal touch, your personal care and interest in the people that came into your store. It was fantastic. It really was.
I appreciate that, Michael. I'm a big NBA fan. So I recently installed a shot clock, 24-second shot clock. So whoever comes in, they have about 24 seconds for them to tell us all of their needs and desires, and we have to tell them in those 24 seconds. No, just kidding. But yeah, we like to not just throw products in their face, in customers' faces. We need to understand where they're coming from, possibly what they've used before, what hasn't worked before, maybe their plan of action. Because we're all headed to certain, I guess, illnesses, or we're dealing with something all the time. We want to eat something all the time. We want to consume something. So what are we doing to prepare ourselves, I guess, for the issues that are about to come up? And the product that we're going to be talking about today is a product that I feel is becoming hugely popular. It's becoming almost like our go-to product, because everyone, even myself, have issues with sweets and carbs, and I like to work out too. And every time we work out, we it's great, because it helps our cardiovascular system, it helps our circulation, it helps bring more oxygen in, but at the same time, we're depleting so many of our nutrients, and we want to replenish. And like oftentimes after like a vigorous workout, or like you go outside gardening or shoveling snow, we want to go for a slice of pizza, or we want to have a candy bar, and these are things that we shouldn't be reaching for. And one of the reasons why we're reaching for these things, these simple foods, is because we're so depleted in so many minerals and so many key nutrients that will help stabilize our blood sugar. The one product that I really, really appreciate that Bell Lifestyles makes is number 40, blood sugar metabolism. I have it, positioned right behind me because it's a product that's, always near me, because I always like to, access it. It's the blood sugar that we need to stabilize. We're having breakfast, we're having lunch, we're having dinner, and these peaks and troughs of blood sugar going up and down, it's an issue. So we need to stabilize a little bit better. And the key products that are inside blood sugar metabolism is amazing.
Well, I can tell you for a fact that our buddy David Bastl, this is the main one that he uses. That in the teas, a lot of the teas that Bell has, but the blood sugar metabolism, because he likes to have the sweets the odd time, but he finds this kind of keeps him balanced and for him, he is a workout guy, so he likes to work out, but he's got a busy schedule. He's got 2 little girls, and so he needs to have a little bit of help. And essentially, when we do talk about a lot of these Bell Lifestyle products, they're designed for people who don't have the time. I mean, we want you to eat right, and nutrition is a big part of what you do, and working out is good. But when you can't get exactly what you need, sometimes you can't eat enough in just eating regularly to supplement what you really need and what the body probably craves. You need something else, and that's where Bell Lifestyle comes into play.
Exactly. The blood sugar metabolism by Bell. If you look at the small print and look at the ingredients, a lot of people that are not from Canada, but maybe they're from Asia or South America or in different parts of Europe, you'll find ingredients that you might be cooking with already, or that your parents have cooked with, or that your other families have cooked with. And some of these ingredients, I'll just name off a few. Gymnema extract, that's from the Gymnema sylvester plant. Mulberry, prickly pear, bitter melon, cinnamon. So these are key like ingredients that a lot of people use in their home cooking. But again, as you said, sometimes we're not reaching for these things quickly, after a hard workout or after a day, or maybe we'll have it just from time to time. But having this in a little capsule, and by taking it 2, sometimes 3 times a day, makes a world of difference, because this is not just adding in like leaves of gymnema or leaves of or like little parts of bitter melon fruit. You're actually getting extracts, and in each of these extracts, they're quantified per milligram. So we're getting in these powerful medicinal herbs and substances that we can consume, all approved by Health Canada, of course. And you see a world of difference in terms of our blood sugar. I don't know how many of us are testing our blood sugar throughout the day. As you test your blood sugar, you might need to let your doctor know that, hey, look, my blood sugar is actually getting better. The numbers are actually decreasing. Maybe it could be time to lower the medication that my doctor has prescribed for me. So these are some things that we need to do. We need to look to see how these products are working for us, and they will be working, especially if you use it as a preventative measure and using it on a daily basis.
I do see there's something called dragon's blood extract. Now, is you mentioned the different parts of the world that comes from? Would that come from Transylvania or Romania? I'm just guessing, just a guess.
Exactly right.
Yeah, for those of you who can't feed at night, there's a little dragon's blood. What the hell is dragon's blood extract? What is that?
Well, I mean, there's herbs from all around the world, and certain parts of the world would call it a certain thing. Of course, here, in English, we call it, I guess, dragon's blood, but there's also a Latin name for it, and that's called Daemonops Draco. So
it was Draco. See that? This is what I'm saying. It's
I know.
I know,
I know
that kind of feel to it. Yeah, that's
Well,
interesting.
Well, when you look at prickly pear extract, the Latin name for that is Opuntia ficus indica.
Hmm.
Now that, yeah, there's a lot of different Latin terms for a lot of like these herbs, but when you look at the Latin name, that's when you know that you're dealing with the original plant. It's not just like the name of something that someone called it. But in other, like let's say in traditional Chinese medicine, it's not definitely called dragon's blood extract.
Yeah.
Or in like Ayurvedic terms, it's not called, dragon's blood. They would have their own name for it. And yeah, with dragon's blood extract, it's only 50 milligrams, right next to chromium, which is a mineral that is often depleted in our soil because there's not too many farmers right now farming and overturning their soil. Oftentimes, we're getting a lot of genetically modified foods here, so a lot of minerals are not in our foods, and that's why Bell Lifestyles makes products like blood sugar metabolism and add these minerals back in, so we're actually getting what we need from our food and our supplements.
Well,
So
just so people understand, like we were talking about, over the holidays, what we've had and the shortbread and the gravies or whatever else, but this also in some ways it does sort of curb those cravings. It does help in that manner, does it not?
it does.
Yeah.
It does help. And of course, we want to be, mindful that, we're consuming these healthy fats and we're consuming lots of healthy fibers, insoluble, insoluble. So we do have that feeling of fullness and not just ram ourselves with refined carbs and gravies and heavy laden sugary foods. So when we are eating mindfully and at the same time taking things like blood sugar metabolism, it does help those peaks and troughs of the blood sugar balancing. So it's our blood sugar doesn't raise and spike tremendously, and it doesn't drop like a roller coaster, but instead it stabilizes throughout the day. So these are key things, because when we're taking these natural supplements, it's not like a magic pill. We have to use it on a regular basis, and that's where we see the beneficial results. It's sort of like me and my workouts. Like, I wish I could only work out once every 2 weeks. Go to the gym once, maybe every 10 days or 14 days, and then feel like I'm okay. But it's got to be a daily thing, almost 3, 4, 5, 6 times a week. We have to be active, right?
Well, it's like I mentioned off the top, when you deal with those people, when you're dealing with David Park, he'll also say things like, you want a couple of tickets to the gun show. Like, I've heard you say that, which is also, so you get entertainment as well as information, which I enjoy.
Yes, for sure. But that happened a little bit mid-June, so we'll wait for that.
Well, David, thanks so much for this morning. Always a lot of fun. Good to see you, my friend, as we get into a new year, and there'll always be lots to talk about, but there's nothing better than hooking up with you. And as I said, if people listening this morning want that kind of personal treatment, it's very easy. Nutrition House, right there in Square One in Mississauga, very busy store, but David will always take time with you. You have to know that. I've seen it close up. So David, thanks so much for this morning. We'll see you again soon.
Absolutely. Thanks, Mike. Thanks. Take care, guys.
That is David Park, once again, Nutrition House in Mississauga, right here in Mississauga, as is Bell Lifestyle Products. And always nice to visit with him each and every time. That, by the way, was number 40, blood sugar metabolism.